Hello everybody and welcome to the McDonald's characters tier list. McDonald's has an extremely mixed bag when it comes to its mascots, and what I mean by that is I despise at least 70% of them. And just a disclaimer, no, I'm not mentioning every McDonald's character. Sorry Mike the Microphone, Speedy, and Trash Cans, but you didn't make the cut. Buckle up for an entire video of me getting way too worked up about fictional characters who even McDonald's themselves hate so much that they haven't been used in 40 years. And if you hate yourself, play along at home by taking a shot every time I say McDonald's. By the end, you'll almost be as lifeless and dead looking as every McDonald's location in this country after they remodeled them all to look like prisons. Mayor McCheese is a stand-up guy, okay? Does this look like the face of a corrupt politician to you? Of course not. This is the proud face of McDonaldland. And McDonaldland is not a totalitarian state. I repeat, McDonaldland is not a fascist dictatorship. Mayor McCheese has a bitchin' fit and gets hella hoes. B tier. Birdie the early bird is always paraded as being up there with the classic McDonald's gang, but how has she at all been relevant in the past 40 years? Also, what the hell is this character design? Is this Barney? Are they only marketing breakfast to toddlers? D tier. Now this is a good character design for a fast food chain. A big purple weirdo of indeterminate species and origin? I mean, come on, sign me up. Also, don't be quirky and try to bring up how Grimace used to be a four-armed villain in the comments. Everybody knows that. People change, asshole, get over yourself. Not many people really know the deep lore of how Ronald sliced the set of Grimace's cursed arms off his body, freeing him from the evil incarnate that plagued all of his thoughts and actions. S tier. Keeping with the OG classics, next up is the Hamburglar. I do not trust this freak. This is not the lovable thief like Robin Hood or Aladdin. This creep needs to stay locked in prison for whatever horrible crime he committed. He needs to be put in maximum security with no possibility of parole. F tier. Captain Crook is a filthy, disease-ridden pirate, and I don't want anything to do with him, and I don't want him associated with the rest of these characters or fast food products in any way. How has this timeline descended so deep into madness that this nobody has a Funko Pop? Where's my Funko Pop? C tier. Don't make me talk about this guy. Please don't make me. Evoking his name but once gives my channel an instant strike. I was promised before coming here I wouldn't have to talk about him. Tier. I wasn't even alive in the 90s, but these little plastic menaces have stained my existence nonetheless. Hey kids, want to see how many McNugget buddies you can collect by eating at McDonald's at least 4 days a week? Don't you want to collect them all? How could you possibly live with yourself knowing you don't own the Mailman McNugget buddy? D tier, because I like the cowboy one. The Happy Meal gang is easily one of the only quote-unquote cute McDonald's characters that actually succeeds at being cute. Their eyes are a little lifeless and they kinda look like they're a weird parasite hive mind, but you gotta get a little evil when you're representing a company like McDonald's. Solid B tier. Bernice the monster? What? What is that? What? What is that? Listen, I cannot keep doing this. We're going too deep. C tier. While the professor does look like a semi-trustworthy authority figure, why is he human? Could they not make him another burger person or at least one of the felt fake people like the Hamburglar or Captain Crook? Can anyone explain to me how spending money on creating this weird old man persona benefited McDonald's in any way? I'm not really upset or anything, I'm just like confused and a little uncomfortable. D tier. Next up is Uncle Grimacy, who you might be surprised to find out is Grimace's uncle. He was a vaguely Irish creature made to promote Shamrock Shakes. Now, even though Grimace is one of my favorite characters and Shamrock Shakes are my personal favorite menu item in the entire restaurant, I still hate this bastard. While I am fascinated by the idea that there's a society of multicolored Grimacy roaming the fields of McDonaldland, there are too many red flags for me not to ignore here. Do you see this image? This is an official McDonald's branding image. You look into those eyes and try to tell me this McDonald's universe has a god, okay? B tier. I was kind of putting off doing Officer Mack because I was wondering about how likely the existence of police brutality is in the MCU, McDonald's chain universe, but I decided that Officer Mack is generally inoffensive, and I also really enjoy Big Macs. Gonna have to stick him in the C tier though, just to be safe. I am not talking about the Fry Guys. You can't make me. You want to see a 45-minute retrospective video on the history of these freaks? Then you go make it your damn self. You have never heard of Cosmic the Alien, and I can pretty much promise that. But now that you have, look how chill he is. He can eat 7 burgers at once. Well, he only has one mouth. He can hold 7 burgers at once. That's cool enough. A tier. Yeah, you heard me. Sunday the dog belongs in a freak show, and I cannot believe a board of directors at the largest fast food chain on the planet decided this would somehow sell more burgers. You hungry yet? Somehow, Sunday is played by Vern Troyer and voiced by the D. Bradley Baker. Don't worry, he's not crawling his way out of F tier where he belongs. I just think that was interesting to bring up. Vern Troyer is rolling in his goddamn grave right now, eternally reliving his time as this abomination. Remember how I said that the Happy Meal gang looked like a parasitic growth hive mind? Well, apparently McDonald's loved this idea so much that they just goddamn ran with it and created the hamburger patch. In McDonald land, despite the citizens being walking cheeseburgers, these little younglings grow from plants, and are also seen being plucked right off the vine and eaten by other characters, despite speaking and having eyes. You might think all of that is a detriment to their scoring and that I would place them very low, but I actually love these dudes. S+ tier. That's what you get for thinking you know me. What is this one? I Am Hungry? They have a character called I Am Hungry? Alright, let's check this out. Ew! Z tier! What the hell? Alright guys, I'm gonna be honest, I saved Ronald McDonald himself for the end because at the beginning I tried starting with him and I just couldn't place him for the life of me. His dead-eyed gaze is too unfeeling for me to accurately place him. Half of me feels like he's the glue holding all these whack-ass characters together, and the other half tells me he's the catalyst for all these horrible Lovecraftian beasts existing in the first place. For making me feel existentially challenged, he's tierless. He's an outlier in the mortal plane of this tier list and transcends common ideologies and thought processes. Just kidding, F tier? So that was it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed... Wait. You didn't really think I forgot about him, did you? There's one last McDonald's character, one to surpass the rest in every way. He's jazzy. He's snazzy. He's a vaporwave icon.
It's Mack Tonight. Come on, make it Mack Tonight.
Oh my god, I will never forgive McDonald's for scrapping Mack Tonight. He has a readable and effective design. He's a way more chill and laid-back character than what is essentially an evil clown. I mean, come on. Mack Tonight is at least relevant. His name alludes to getting a Big Mac tonight at your local McDonald's restaurant. Now tell me again what this freak has to do with cheeseburgers? The Wikipedia for Mack reads, the character, who played a grand piano atop either a floating cloud or a Big Mac, hence the name, was intended to garner a cult-like following, e.g. Mack's Headroom. That is literally the first smart decision this company has ever made, and it somehow totally backfired. If there's one thing I want to come out of this channel, it's to continue the cult of Mack Tonight. So consider subscribing. I had to spend at least an hour or two combing through the catacombs of wiki pages on all these weirdos, which is much more time than I really wanted to invest in rambling about them. And let's not forget the dozens of hours of editing this took. I quit. Goodbye.